Module 5 syllabus, uh, principles of spread spectrum. The topics which we have discussed in this modular spread spectrum communication system, system model, definition. Then in the beginning we have discussed types of spread spectrum used in the digital communication, and then about direct sequence spread spectrum and effect of despreading on a narrowband interference, then statement of the probability of error for a direct sequence spread spectrum, then a few applications of direct sequence spread spectrum signals, like application in wireless LAN, code division, multiplexes, etc. Then PN sequence generation, frequency hopped spread spectrum, and finally application of spread spectrum in wireless communication, that is CDMA based on IS-95. Do you have any questions related to these topics? Any topics which you have not understood or any confusions? If you have any questions, you can ask it now. Otherwise, we'll start with question paper discussion. Similar to yesterday's session, we'll start with the question paper discussion. If you have any question related to the topics, you can ask. Solution to any problem or any topics which are difficult, you can ask. Mithun, Ananteshwar, and then Danyasri, Melisha, Shashank. Any questions? Please respond.
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Then we'll start with the question paper discussion. Is it okay? Okay, fine. Okay, can you see this question paper? Module 5 question paper?
Yes.
Okay. So first question is draw the 4-stage linear feedback shift register with the first and fourth state is connected to modulo 2 adder. Output of modulo 2 is connected to first stage input. Find the output PN sequence and write the autocorrelation function with initial state 1000. So here this is related to generation of PN sequence. It is given that shift register, it contains 4 memory units, and the required connection is given in the problem statement, like first and fourth state is connected to modulo 2 adder, it is given, and output of modulo 2 is connected to first stage input, and we need to find the PN sequence, and we need to verify the autocorrelation property of the PN sequence. Actually, I had given this as assignment question. Most of you have already solved it and you have submitted it. Can anybody explain how to solve this problem? At least stepwise, can you explain?
First, we need to draw the diagram.
Okay, block diagram. Okay, fine.
having 4 stages.
Okay.
Then, as it is given in the question, first and fourth stage output should be given to summer, and
Okay.
that output should be given to first stage,
Okay.
modulo 2 adder.
Okay.
Then they have given initial value is 1000.
Okay.
Uh, so we need to consider the state of all flip flops as 1000.
Okay.
Then since it is 1000, first stage is now 1, so fourth stage is 0, so 1 plus 0 modulo 2 addition will give 1. So
Okay.
that one, like that, we need to shift it and we'll get sequence.
Okay. 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 Next, second step.
um, Second step, and the summer is given to the first stage,
Okay.
so the previous value will now shift to next stage.
No, I'm asking about the autocorrelation property. Second, this one, second step.
Proper property proving.
Yes, yes, autocorrelation property. Only one property is asked there, right? Not all three properties.
Okay, okay. Auto.
Okay, let me share the solution. I hope it is visible to you. Okay, so this is the required block diagram, right? There are 4 memory units, one marked as 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the flip flops, and since it is a sequential circuit, clock is required for each flip flop, and it is given that first and fourth stage outputs are connected to modulo 2 adder, and from there it is given as feedback to the first stage, right? So this is the required connection. So then you find what is the length of the PN sequence. What's the formula? L equal to 2 raised to n or 2 raised to m minus 1. So here there are 4 memory units. Therefore, length of the PN sequence is 15. 2 raised to 4 minus 1. After finding this sequence length, then you consider the initial state. Initial state is given here. It is 1000. If it is not given in the question, you can take appropriate sequence. Usually we consider first bit as 1, the remaining bits are zeros. So this is the convention which we use in the initial state value. And then with 100 as the initial state, you find what is the corresponding output of the shift register. In this case, here it is 0. Then you apply a clock signal, content of the shift register will be shifted 1 bit to the right. Then find what is the new content of the first flip-flop, right? So here you can see that first bit is 1 and fourth bit is 0. 1 plus 0, modulo 2 addition, result is 1. It is given as feedback to the first stage. Therefore, first stage content is modified. It is 1 now. Content of the second flip-flop is the previous content of first flip-flop. So it is 1. Similarly, the third flip-flop value is 0. Fourth flip-flop value is 0. So this is the new content. With this 1100, what will be the output now? Output is 0. Next again, one more clock pulse. Again find the new values of each flip-flop. You will get it as 1110 with the output 0. For the next clock pulse, content will be 111 and output will be 1. So after 15 clock pulses or clock signals, your sequence will repeat. You stop there. So you write these values 000 from top to bottom. So sequence is 0001111 0101 1001. So this is the required sequence. All of you understood this method? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Next, here actually in the assignment I had given verification of all 3 properties: balance property, run property, and autocorrelation property. So how to check balance property? count number of ones and number of zeros. Always number of ones should be one greater than number of zeros. So in this case here, there are 8 ones and 7 zeros. Therefore, balance property is satisfied. Then you need to find the run, you need to prove the run property. So find how many number of runs are there. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runs are there. So in general, formula is n plus 1 by 2. So here 15 plus 1 by 2, so it is 8. So first part of the run property is satisfied. Then you find how many number of runs of length 1 is present, length 2 is present, length 3 is present, so on, right? So here run property is satisfied. Then the last property is autocorrelation property, third property. So what is the formula for autocorrelation? Can anybody give the equation? Autocorrelation equation. RC of M or RC of K equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 Cn into Cn minus K, where Cn it represents each bit of the given Pn sequence. So RC of M equal to L for M equal to Ln. That means for M equal to 0, for M equal to 15, M equal to minus 15, M equal to 30, M equal to minus 30, etc. Autocorrelation value is L. And autocorrelation value is minus 1 for M not equal to Ln. So you need to prove this autocorrelation property. So here it satisfies that property. For L equal to 0, you will get result as 15 here, because L is 15. And then for other values, you will get minus 1. It is satisfied here. So this is the method. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can continue with the next question. Ananteshwar. Ananteshwar.
No question.
You understood it?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, second question, 9b. Explain the generation of direct sequence spread spectrum with relevant waveforms and spectrum. So for this generation of direct sequence spread spectrum, you need to draw the block diagram. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So for this direct sequence spread spectrum, first should draw the transmitter block diagram with the input data sequence V of t applied to the multiplier. Second input to the multiplier is PN sequence generator. So in the first stage, V of t is multiplied with the PN sequence and data sequence is spreaded. Then in the second stage, we are using BPSK modulator, and output of that BPSK modulator is direct sequence spread spectrum signal with BPSK modulation. So you explain the operation of this direct sequence modulation, and then draw the waveform. Waveform is given in the Xerox notes. Data signal, PNC signal and product signal waveforms are given. I have considered data signal as 1 followed by 0, and PN sequence is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this sequence is considered for the explanation, and multiplication of data and PN signal. It gives the product signal. So you explain how this multiplication is carried out and how modulation is carried out in the second stage. Right? Then you draw the spectrum. For that spectrum, you need to consider spectrum of the original data signal. We represent it as V of f, which extends from minus 1 by TB to 1 by plus 1 by TB. Then spectrum of the PN signal, we represent it as C of f. It extends from minus 1 by TC to plus 1 by TC. Then convolution of these two spectrums. It extends from minus 1 by TC plus 1 by TB to plus 1 by TC plus 1 by TB. So draw this spectrum. Is it clear? So question is for 7 marks. Draw the block diagram, waveform, spectrum, and explain the operation. Is it clear? Okay. Next, 9C, third question is, write a short note on application of split spectrum in wireless LAN. So this topic we have discussed under applications of split spectrum signals. Subtopic is wireless LAN, right? Here you need to explain how split spectrum is used in wireless standards 802.11 and 802.11b. So that Barker sequence of length 11 chip, what is the value of that 11 chip Barker sequence, like 1 minus 1, 1 1 minus 1, then 1 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So this is the Barker sequence. And then how BPSK and QPSK is used in this 802.11 standard. Then what's the data rate? What's the data rate in IEEE 802.11b wireless LAN? All these things you need to explain. So it is for 3 marks. You explain it, at least 10 to 15 sentences. Explanation is given in the Xerox notes, just go through it. Next, 10A question. With necessary block diagram, explain the transmitter and receiver of frequency hop split spectrum. So for this, you need to draw the block diagrams, transmitter block diagram and receiver block diagram connected by channel. In the transmitter section, you have information sequence applied to the encoder, second stage FSK modulator, mixer, then PN sequence generator and frequency synthesizer. And at the receiver section, you have mixer with input frequency synthesizer, PN sequence generator and channel input. Then second stage is FSK demodulator. Time synchronization is required there. And then last stage is decoder. And then you give an example of an frequency of pattern. At least 3-4 chips you need to represent. Then explain the operation. So it is for 8 marks. Block diagram, then example of an frequency of pattern and explanation. Right. Next, 10B, with a neat block diagram, explain the code division multiple access system based on interim standard 95. So this is the last topic of this module. CDMA system based on IS95. So here you need to draw both forward link and reverse link block diagram and explain the operation of each stage. CDMA system based on IS95. So both forward link and reverse link you need to explain, block diagram and explanation. Okay, can anybody explain what are the differences between direct sequence split spectrum and frequency hop split spectrum? Can you list out the differences? Please respond. Anybody can respond. Shravya or Shashank, Adarsh, please respond. Difference between direct sequence spread spectrum and frequency of spread spectrum. See here, both the questions are asked here. You should know what are the differences, right? Ananteshwar is there? Yes. Ananteshwar? Or Kritika? Hello? Can you hear my voice? Hello? Please respond.
Sir.
Okay. Difference between direct sequence spectrum and frequency of spread spectrum.
Um, in direct sequence, it is BPSK modulation.
Okay. Okay. You can give the difference with respect to the modulation, right? BPSK here. In frequency of it is MRE FSK.
MRFSK.
Yes, yes. Then what about chip rate? In direct sequence spread spectrum, it is 1 by TC, right?
Yes.
And in frequency of spread spectrum, it depends whether we are using slow frequency or fast frequency hopping. So in general, it is maximum of RS, RH.
Meaning.
Yes, yes. Then in direct sequence spread spectrum, timing requirement is very important. Whereas in frequency of spread spectrum, it is not so important. And what about bandwidth? Direct sequence spread spectrum, it requires smaller bandwidth compared to frequency of spread spectrum, right? Then very important difference is with respect to order of modulation. In direct sequence spread spectrum, first we are spreading the data sequence, right? Then we are modulating it. Your data sequence, it is spreaded in the beginning using PN code, and then in the second stage, modulation is carried out. Whereas in frequency of spread spectrum, in the first stage, we have FSK modulation, and in the second stage, we are changing the carrier frequency using output of the frequency synthesizer circuit, right? Frequency of data modulated carrier, it is changed in a pseudo random manner. That's how we define it. So these are very important differences. Please remember it. Okay. Next, June-July 2019 question paper. With the neat diagram, explain the generation of PN sequence and state its properties. So draw the simple block diagram of PN sequence generator with 3 or 4 flip-flops, and then explain the operation. What is maximum length sequence? What is PN sequence? How this sequence is generated? You explain it, and define the or write the properties and then explain it. Balance property, run property, and autocorrelation property, and explain it. Right? It is for 6 marks. And 9B question, a direct sequence split spectrum signal is designed so that the power ratio PR by Pn at the intended receiver is 10 raised to minus 2. If the desired EB by N naught equal to 10 for acceptable performance, determine the minimum value of the processing gain. This problem also we have solved. Here it is given that EB by N naught or EB by I naught is 10 and power ratio PR by Pn is 10 raised to minus 2. We need to find the processing gain. What's the formula? Formula is EB by N naught equal to PR by Pn into processing gain LC, or processing gain equal to EB by N naught divided by PR by Pn. Very simple problem. LC equal to, actually here it is 10 by 10 raised to minus 2, or you'll get processing gain as 1000. So it is for 4 marks. Next 9C question, explain with neat block diagram frequency of split spectrum system. Again, draw the transmitter and receiver section of frequency of split spectrum system. Draw the frequency of pattern and explain the operation of each block. So it is for 6 marks. Next, explain the generation and demodulation of direct sequence split spectrum signal. Block diagram and explanation. Also, draw the required waveforms like data signal, then PN sequence, and product signal. These 3 signals waveform you draw. And then write a note on applications of split spectrum in wireless LANs. Again, here you need to write the application of split spectrum in IEEE 802.11 and 802.11b. Give the Barker sequence value and explain how it is used. Next, with a neat block diagram, explain the IS95 reverse link. Please read the question carefully here. Only reverse link is asked here. No need of writing the forward link block diagram and explanation. Draw the reverse link block diagram and explain the operation. Next is December 2018, January 2019 question paper. Explain the working of direct sequence split spectrum transmitter and receiver with neat diagram, waveform, and expressions. So here again, draw the transmitter and receiver block diagram, draw the waveform, and also write the expression for information signal V of t. What is that expression? V of t equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity an into gt of t minus ntb. Here gt of t is the rectangular pulse of duration tb. And then write the PN signal expression c of t equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity cn into p of t minus ntc. So here again this p of t is a rectangular pulse, but duration is tc. And then explain the operation. Next is problem. A slow frequency hopped MFSK system has the following parameters. The number of bits per MFSK symbol is 4. The number of MFSK symbol per hop is 5. Calculate the processing gain of the system in decibels. Okay, what's the method? How to solve this problem? Can anybody explain it? Shravya? Question is related to calculation of processing gain for a given low frequency hopped MFSK system. Very simple problem. Only 2 steps are there. Okay, let me share the solution. Okay, here bandwidth of spread signal is 5fs because it is given as it is given that the number of MFSK symbol per hop is 5. Therefore, bandwidth of spread signal is 5fs, and bandwidth of the unspreaded signal is fs by 4 because number of bits per MFSK symbol is 4. Therefore, bandwidth of unspreaded signal is fs by 4. So processing gain is given by bandwidth of spreaded signal by bandwidth of unspreaded signal. So it is 5fs by fs by 4. Simplify it, you will get processing gain as 5 into 4 equal to 20. So we need to represent it in decibels. Therefore, processing gain in decibel equal to 10 log 20, which is equal to 13 dB. So this is the solution. Next question. Okay, next is list and briefly explain any 3 applications of direct sequence spread spectrum. Okay, we have discussed 4 applications. Applications are low detectability signal transmission, code division multiple access, communication over channels with multipath, and wireless LANs. So list and briefly explain any 3 application. Only 3 application is given here. So you write any 3 application and explain it. So it is for 5 marks. Next, with a neat block diagram, explain frequency hopped spread spectrum technique. Explain the terms chip rate, jamming margin, and processing gain. So it is 8-mark question. Draw the block diagram of frequency hopped spread spectrum, transmitter, channel, and receiver section, and give the definition of chip rate, jamming margin, and processing gain. Next, what is a PN sequence? Explain the generation of maximum length sequence. What are the properties of ML sequence? So pseudo noise sequence, PN sequence. Draw the block diagram and explain how to generate this PN sequence and list out the properties. Run property, balance property, and autocorrelation properties. Next, problem. In a direct sequence BPSK system, the feedback shift register used to generate the PN sequence has length m equal to 19. The system is required to have an average probability of symbol error due to externally generated interfering signals that does not exceed 10 raised to minus 5. Calculate the following system parameters in decibels: processing gain and anti-jamming margin. So PN sequence length is given, it is 15, m equal to 15. Shift register length is given, it is 19. So find the PN sequence length. So 2 raised to 19 minus 1 is the PN sequence length. Then probability of error is given, it is 10 raised to minus 5. So find processing gain and anti-jump margin. Already we have solved this problem, and it is given as assignment question. Next, last question paper, June-July 2018 question paper. Explain the model of a split spectrum digital communication system. So draw the transmitter and receiver block diagrams, then explain the operation. So this is the first topic, model of a split spectrum digital communication system. So channel encoder, modulator, PN sequence generator. These are the important blocks in the transmitter section. Then you have channel. At the receiver section, demodulator, PN sequence generator, and channel decoder. So these three blocks are present. Explain it. Next, explain the generation. Next is explain the generation and demodulation of direct sequence split spectrum signals with necessary equations and block diagrams. Already we have discussed about it. Draw the block diagram, then waveforms for data signal, PN sequence, and the product signal, and explain the operation. Next, write a note on low detectability signal transmission as an application of direct sequence split spectrum. Okay, this we have discussed under applications of split spectrum signal. So here write the equation for average noise power Pn. So Pn equal to W into N naught, and give the condition in case of low detectability signal transmission. Power level PR by Pn very small compared to 1, and then explain what is LPI signal. Okay, it was asked for 3 marks. Next, with a neat block diagram, explain the frequency of split spectrum. So draw the transmitter and receiver block diagram and explain how frequency of split spectrum is generated. Next, explain the effect of despreading on a narrowband interference in direct sequence split spectrum systems. And second part is, a direct sequence split spectrum signal is designed to have the power ratio PR by Pn at the intended receiver is 10 raised to minus 2. If the desired EB by N naught equal to 10 for acceptable performance, determine the minimum value of processing gain. Already we have solved this problem. Processing gain will be 10 by 10 raised to minus 2 or 1000. And in the first part, you have a theory question. So it is related to effect of despreading on a narrowband interference. So for this, you need to explain how you can use split spectrum technique to eliminate the effect of interference. So here draw the block diagram with direct sequence split spectrum transmitter, then channel and receiver section. Then write the transmitted signal equation U of t equal to AC V of t C of t cos 2 pi fct. Then add interference signal I of t. So received signal is transmitted signal plus interfering signal, and explain the despreading operation. So multiply this received signal with the locally generated PN sequence C of t. So then you explain what is processing gain and how this processing gain it reduces the effect of interference. Next, write a note on code division multiple access as an application of direct sequence split spectrum. Please remember, this question is not about IS 95. It is not interim standard 95 question. It is related to application of direct sequence split spectrum in CDMA. So this comes under applications of split spectrum signal. So explain how multiple transmitter and receivers can be simultaneously used in CDMA system, and give the equation for desired signal to noise interference power ratio at the receiver section. PS by Pn equal to PS by Nu minus 1 into PS, which is equal to 1 by Nu minus 1. So give this equation and explain the operation. So these are the questions asked in the previous year question papers. Okay, if you have any questions related to the topics, you can ask.